There are moments in life that don't feel real until years later. Moments where you're standing on the edge of something and you don't even know it. This is a story about one of those moments. A stranger, a single sentence, and a life that almost wasn't. Stay with me, because this one is going to stay with you. It was a Tuesday in November, the kind of day that feels gray before you even open your eyes. Sarah was 26 years old. From the outside, her life looked fine. A small apartment, a job she didn't hate, a routine that kept her moving. But inside, she was exhausted in a way that sleep couldn't fix. She hadn't told anyone how bad things had gotten. Not her mom, not her best friend, not a single person. That morning she had made a decision. A quiet, terrifying decision that she had convinced herself was the only way out. She got dressed. She left her apartment, and she started walking. She ended up in a coffee shop she had never been to before. She doesn't know why. Maybe her feet just stopped. She sat by the window and ordered nothing. Just sat there, watching people outside living their lives like everything was normal. And then a woman sat down across from her, not at a different table, right across from her, at the same table. Sarah looked up, confused. The place wasn't even busy. The woman, maybe 60 years old, warm eyes, a red scarf, just smiled and said, "I hope you don't mind. I just really like the look of this seat." Sarah didn't have the energy to say no, so she just nodded. They sat in silence for a while, and then the woman said something that Sarah has never forgotten. She said, "You know, I used to sit exactly like you, like the world was happening to everyone else." Sarah froze. She hadn't said a single word. She hadn't cried. She had given nothing away. And yet somehow this complete stranger had seen her. They talked for 2 hours. The woman didn't ask what was wrong. She didn't push. She just talked. About her own life. Her own darkest chapter. A time when she had felt exactly the same way Sarah was feeling right now. And somewhere in that conversation, something shifted in Sarah. Not a big dramatic moment, no lightning bolt, just a tiny, quiet crack of light. By the time they finished talking, the woman stood up, put on her coat, and squeezed Sarah's hand. She said, "Every story has a next chapter, even when it doesn't feel like it." And then she left. Sarah never got her name, never saw her again. She has searched for her for years and found nothing. Sarah went home that day and called her mom for the first time in months. She got help. Real help. The kind she had been too afraid to ask for. That was 7 years ago. Today, Sarah is 33. She has a daughter named Lily. She volunteers every weekend at a crisis support line, talking to strangers who feel exactly like she did that Tuesday in November. She says the woman in the red scarf has no idea she saved her life. And that's the part that gets her every time. She probably just thought she had a nice chat with someone in a coffee shop. She has no idea. She will never know. We never really know the impact we have on the people around us. A smile, a sentence, sitting down at the right table at the right time. Sometimes the smallest thing from a complete stranger is the thing that changes everything. If you're going through your own dark chapter right now, please talk to someone, anyone. The next chapter exists, even when you can't see it yet. And if this story moved you, subscribe to Chapter 1 Official, because every week we bring you another story that proves real life is stranger, more painful, and more beautiful than anything you could ever make up. This was Chapter 1. See you in the next story.